got a joke for you. Why did the content creator's video end up in the hospital? Because it was full of sick transitions. I know. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tyler, aka your unsexy business coach, and today we're talking about the unsexy truth behind Instagram metrics. Let me be real for a second. Content creation is not easy, and going viral isn't about luck, it's about having a strategy, tracking your performance and using that data to improve. So if you're tired of feeling frustrated when your content flops, keep watching because I'm going to show you how to master the metrics and the mindset you need to start seeing real results. Here's the unsexy truth about Instagram. Most business owners post on Instagram but never check their analytics. Then they're frustrated, wondering why their content isn't performing, thinking Instagram hates me. Newsflash, Instagram doesn't hate you. But here's the thing, content creation isn't about luck. There's nothing sexy about the pursuit of going viral. It's a process of trial and error, learning what doesn't work, learning what works, and then doubling down on that. If you're a business owner not tracking your metrics, you're just guessing. And guessing isn't going to grow your following or do anything for your business. Tracking metrics will help you identify what content resonates with your audience. It'll help you improve engagement, thus reaching more potential customers. And it'll help you optimize your content strategy for long-term growth. Now let's go ahead and actually open up Instagram, and I want to show you what the metrics actually mean. I'm going to take you through step by step, looking at the metrics overview so that you know what the hell you're even looking at when you go try to analyze metrics. So let's jump into Instagram. All right, y'all. So the first thing obviously that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up Instagram. This is how we're going to find your metrics. Now, in order to have metrics in the first place, you first have to have a professional account, whether that be a business account or a creator's account. But you need to switch your profile over to a professional setting in order to see metrics. And if you don't know how to do that, please comment in the video and I will send you a tutorial on how to do that one. Now, once we have Instagram open, we're going to go to our profile. And you can actually look at metrics in a couple of different places. Starting from the very beginning here, where you're going to see the professional dashboard kind of right in the center. If we click open the professional dashboard, that's going to give us an overview of how everything is performing. I only really look at this like once a month just to get a general feel for how the month was. I much rather prefer going in and spending time like once a week reviewing the previous content per post. And what I mean by this is I like to really look at the metrics of individual posts versus like the whole month overview. And the way we do this is we go to the content that we want. We go to the content that we want to see the insights for. So I'm going to use this one, this reel that I did. And when you open this, right underneath the video, you'll see the little purple icon, not icon, but words here that say View Insights. We're going to open up the View Insights. So this, when you do this, this is going to open up the specific insights for that individual post. This is a great way to get an idea of how each individual post is working. And when we open this, the first thing that we're going to see is these hearts, this chat, this little paper airplane, and this little save icon. What this means is this is literally likes, comments, saves, and shares. So this is going to show you how many people liked your post, how many people commented on your post, how many people sent your post or shared your post, and then how many people saved it. And what we want to do here is we want to start to focus in on how many saves and shares we are getting, because the goal with Reels is to create savable and shareable content. Think about the things that you want to send to your friends and families. This is why things like recipes do really well and get a lot of saves and shares, because we share this type of content because it looks yummy. And then we save this type of content because we think we're going to actually make the recipe sometime. And I can tell you from personal experience, I save a lot of recipes that I never go back and actually cook. But this proves my point that that is very savable, shareable content. Comedy content, for example, also tends to be very shareable. When we can make somebody laugh and it makes us think of somebody else, chances are we're going to send that to somebody. We're going to say, oh my God, this is totally you. You got to check it out. That's the idea with saves and shares. When we are creating content, we want to start to think like a content creator and think about, like, okay, how can I create content that gets people to hit that share button or save that material so that I'm a part of their content library, is essentially what happens when they save it. So that is the very first thing. And y'all, I timed out here, so let me go back. Um, so that is the very first, those are the very first four pieces of metrics and data points that we're going to get, is the likes, comments, shares, and saves. Now we're going to move into the overview. So here in the overview, you've got a little section here that says views, watch time, interactions, and profile activity. Views is the number of times this specific video was played. Now, this also includes repeat time. So if somebody's like sitting on your video and it's playing in the background, that's going to count as a view. Watch time is the total number of the total amount of time your reel was played. Again, including any time spent replaying the reel. So if somebody's just sitting there and it's replaying like 4 or 5 times, that's going to increase the watch time. Interactions. This is the total number of likes, saves, comments, and shares. So you can see here at the top, we have 2 likes, 2 comments. That is, or 6 likes, 2 comments. That's a total of 8. And that 8 is reflected here in interactions. And then profile activity, that is the number of actions people take when they visit your profile after engaging with your reel. So ideally, you want to be increasing this number, because the profile activity usually indicates that these people are going to your profile and they're engaging either with more content. Maybe they're hitting that follow button. Maybe they're checking out your link in your bio, whatever. They're doing something on your profile. Um, and yeah, so that is that section. All right, and then we're going to move into views. So views is going to show you the big number here. That is the total number of views. How many total views your reel has been viewed. Again, including duplicates, including one person maybe watching it 5 times. That all counts towards the total views. And then it breaks it down in a little graph to show you that of the 1,600 views that this reel did, 94.4% of that was non-followers. So that means this reel was shown to a lot of non-followers, which is really good. And that's the cool thing about reels, is you'll start to notice that most of your reels will be seen by non-followers. And so we can use that to, and as we perfect creating better reels, we can start to capitalize on that reach to grow our accounts. And you'll see here only 5.6% of my followers saw this particular reel. So reels will always be pushed to non-followers. You'll see that trend over and over again. And then if we scroll down here to views over time, what this does is this tracks how your reel performed over several days. So this is pretty interesting because this is going to give you an idea of the lifetime cycle of your reel. And you'll notice that in the beginning, like, you know, the day or two after you posted, you're going to get the most reach. But then over time, you'll see that, you know, there was like a couple of views here, a couple of views here, and then eventually it just kind of flatlined and tapered off. So this is good to just kind of get an idea of like how, how long does your reel perform? Typically it's like a couple of days, 5, 6, maybe 7 days. And then you'll see like performance just die down. The gray line here, this represents your typical reel views. So this is showing you if this current reel performed better than your typical reel views, which mine did. That's pretty exciting. Now, right underneath the graph, you're going to have accounts reached. So accounts reached, this is a really important number. This is the number of individual accounts that saw your reel. So this gives you a true performance number. So 1,450 accounts saw my reel. So that obviously is going to be less than the views right up top because that means there's been some repeats. Maybe an account got shown the reel multiple times. But so there's always going to be a discrepancy there from your actual total views from the accounts reached. Right underneath that, we've got the watch time. So this watch time section is going to give you some really incredible insight. The first number here, the 46 minutes, that shows you how much watch time your reel got in totality. So that means of everybody who played your reel, that kind of calculates the number of minutes that your reel performed. And then with average watch time, this is what we want to really pay attention to. So average watch time is the average amount of time spent playing your reel. So that means like they take everybody who viewed your reel and then they calculate the average of how long people were watching your reel. This is going to help you determine how engaging your reel was. So a longer watch time means that that reel was engaging, and that can be valuable data to help us say, okay, my audience really likes these types of reels because this is getting an 8-second watch time versus a 1-second watch time. Now, my reel did not do very hot in this one. It has an average watch time of 1 second. So that tells me maybe I need to try something else, a better hook, like all of these kind of things. So if you have a low watch time, the first thing that you should look at is, could I have done a better hook? Um, and probably. And actually, I think my hook was good on this video. However, I think I probably could have put some text on screen versus pushing people to the captions. So I probably could have put a few more helpful text on screen versus just having a kind of arrow pointing down to the caption. So that's what I would try, and that's how I would kind of analyze the reel. Now, the next section here, view rate past 3 seconds. So this is going to show you out of, um, this is going to show you what percent watched your video longer than 3 seconds. So my typical reel gets like 38% of the viewers watch it past 3 seconds. This one did 9.6. So this really tanked, is what this is telling me. But this is really nice because you can look at followers versus non-followers. So I know with my non-followers, about 16.5% watch past 3 seconds versus this video, only 5.5% did that. So again, this video, the big takeaway for me is that I need to work on increasing watch time, which means creating a better hook and adding more value in the video. And I'll be honest, this was a lazy video. I did this really quickly. So then we look down at interactions, and interactions is again, this is all of the interactions. So the likes, the comments, the saves, the shares. This is now going to break it down um, into more data and more detail for you. So we saw interactions here at the very top with the heart, the chat, the paper airplane, and the save feature. And then down below, we're now going to get some more data, some more details. And what is happening here in interactions is it's going to break down, the difference between followers and non-followers. So a lot of times your interactions are going to be more heavily followers based in the beginning, as you're growing your account. And then over time, you want to focus in on getting non-followers to be more engaged with your comment. So again, the way we do this is we have clearer calls to actions. Maybe we create some controversial content that sparks some a comments war, like anything like that that's going to really help boost interactions. We want to see that non-followers number start to grow up. These are all metrics that you can track. You can create a spreadsheet and watch your performance improve over time. And that's what we want to do. The last thing here is that under interactions, we have accounts engaged. So this is going to show you the total number of accounts that actually took some sort of action and engaged with your content, whether they liked the content or they commented. And you'll see here my accounts engaged. I had 7 individuals either like or comment. And so probably what happened was one of my followers probably liked my post and then also shared a comment, which gave them 2 interactions, which is why there's a difference. So, there's 8 total interactions, but I'm assuming that one of my followers probably liked and then commented, which counted as 2 interactions, which is where you get the difference. So that is everything. And then the last thing here is profile activity. So again, this will show you how many followers you got from this one reel. This reel tanked, as we're seeing as I'm going through and explaining these metrics with you. But y'all, that happens. Content tanks. And I'm actually going to stop my screen share here and go back to that. So, y'all, content will tank. And I'm actually glad that I showed that specific reel because I learned from looking at those metrics that number one, I need to focus on improving watch time. How do I do that? I look for a more engaging hook. I create more substance in the actual reel. That was a lazy reel that had one piece of text on screen and pointing people to the caption. So like I didn't have anything else on screen. There was nothing really exciting happening there. Overall, it was a very short reel. I think it was probably like 4 seconds total. And that was a lazy reel, and my metrics showed the laziness in that. So the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is the mindset behind the metrics, because I see so many coaches who get very discouraged and disappointed when a reel doesn't perform well. And I want to encourage you to, instead of getting disappointed, I want you to practice your ABCs. What do I mean by that? Well, ABC stands for always be curious. When it comes to metrics, always be curious. Metrics are just numbers, they're data points. They don't they don't have any power over you unless we give them power. Unless we look at our real reach and go, "Oh my God, that was terrible. I'm a shitty content creator because I didn't go viral with this and it took me too long." And this is where we really fuck ourselves over, y'all, is with the mindset. Metrics are just data points. They give us insights to grow from. So we want to approach metrics with a space of curiosity. So, how do we actually get curious when it comes to metrics? Well, starting off, instead of getting frustrated when something underperforms, ask yourself curious questions. Things like, did I use a strong hook? Did I post at the optimal time? Did I use the right SEO and hashtags in my caption? These curious questions are going to allow you to deeply reflect on the performance. And again, we're not judging here. I always say that content creation is a mindfulness practice because in order for us to get better, we have to reflect, we have to look back, we have to work on improving. And the way we do this is by removing the ego and removing the vanity of like, oh my God, I'm terrible, that tanked, I suck. And we just get curious and we look at the metrics and we say, what are the numbers actually telling me? So let's work to reframe frustration into curiosity. Instead of saying, gosh, my reel flopped, ask yourself, what can I change next time? Instead of getting discouraged because nobody saved your post, get curious and say, did I prompt them to save my post? You know, I do this all the time. I think, oh my God, people are going to go crazy for this reel, and then it tanks. And then I ask myself, well, why did it tank? What could I have done better? And I realized, oh, I didn't even have a call to action because I'm human. I forget that stuff. So we have to approach content creation with a sense of curiosity. We have to approach the numbers with a sense of openness and being able to let go of our egos, swallow our prides, and work on getting better over time. And if you really want to go the extra mile when it comes to your content creation journey, I highly recommend creating a content creation journal where you can go deeper into mastering the mindset by journaling and reflecting on your content creation journey. By asking yourself and then reflecting on questions like, what patterns do I notice in my top performing posts? What is one small experiment I can try this week to improve and test out? And then questions like, how can I detach my self worth from social media performance? All of these things are going to help you become a better content creator. Y'all, this is why I call it unsexy work because it really is challenging. It's difficult. It's hard at times. But if we practice kindness, compassion, and we remove the egos and we just embrace curiosity, we're gonna go a lot farther. I promise you that. Okay, y'all, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more real, unfiltered business advice and tutorial videos like this one. And if you're ready to take your content strategy to the next level, join me inside my Unsexy Business Academy. This is where I help entrepreneurs master the unsexy skills needed for real business growth. No hacks, no gimmicks, no No crazy promises, just real, straightforward, painstakingly slow strategies that are going to actually get you somewhere. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please remember your ABCs. Always be curious, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.